What's up, everybody? Are we live still?
Yeah, we're still live.
Can they hear us?
Yep, there we go. All right, we're good. Now we're in.
All right, everybody, welcome. Sorry about that. We had some audio issues. It wouldn't be the sometimes on Sundays podcast without audio issues, would it?
Oh, jeez.
We're always having issues. Anyway, thank you for coming on to episode 20. I'm the Unicorn in Human Form. We got Woobs, Hans Bertaski, and the ones and twos. And we have a very special guest today. None other than Nana Rodriguez, comedian extraordinaire. What's up, Nana?
Thank you, guys. Thank you, man. Woo, yeah.
There we go.
Big
that's
clap, big
that's
clap.
the welcome we needed.
How's everybody 2023 starting?
Oh, shit. It's tax season for me.
Oh, yeah. George's
I'm a tax man.
I don't know.
Oh, man. So you're like super busy right now.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want him to do your taxes right now.
Let's do them. Let's do them. You got your W-2s?
No, I don't even want to look at them.
Oh, jeez. Well, he's the man to look at him if you need him. How's your 23 starting off?
It's good, man. It's good. I mean, I just bought a car,
What kind of car did you get?
I got a Mazda CX-30.
Nice.
Yeah, so I like it, but I'm really bad with technology, man. And half the time, it's like I feel like I hate roller coasters, and when I'm in the car, I feel like I'm on a roller coaster because it's always beeping and flashing, and I'm like, "Fuck, I don't know what this means. Oh, what the fuck?" Like,
oh my god.
And then I'm high most of the time, so it really fucks me up because I'm paranoid, you know.
That's funny.
Oh,
Like if I go in a lane, it starts like shaking. I'm like, oh shit, I gotta come back, But I'm not even in that lane, but it just thinks I'm too close to that lane, and then it fucks me up. I'm like, who's driving, me or the fucking car?
What if it tells you? What if it like talks back to you and it says, "I think you're high. You're too high to drive."
I mean, that would be awesome. That would be awesome.
Right?
Then I can go on road trips and never feel lonely. You know
Night
what I
Rider.
mean?
That's hilarious. What's that, George?
Night Rider. You have to
Yeah.
go on like special
Oh my
missions.
goodness.
George,
yeah.
you're wearing like an interesting T-shirt there. The
Thank you.
eyeballs are just like piercing at me. The Chon Chon T-shirt.
Yeah. It says Chon Chon on there.
Give me that John John.
Oh, geez.
It's the dude from Blood and Blood Out.
Is that your favorite movie?
No, my favorite movie is Pulp Fiction.
Oh, that's a good
Oh,
movie.
yeah.
That's a good movie. What's your favorite movie, Nana?
My favorite movie is Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, the old school one with Gene Wilder.
That's a good one.
All right.
Yeah,
That
that's a good
is
one.
my favorite because I love candy and I always want a Oompa Loompa. You know what I mean? Like I just want
I
to.
was about to ask if it was like the munchies in you that's like drawing you to the.
Yeah, I mean, I love candy. I love chocolate, and it's like, come on, why can't we just put this all together?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we sure love the candy and the chocolates. So, Nana, you're a comedian. How long have you been a comedian for now? How long have you been doing like shows, stand up?
Man, I started at 25, right? But I got into comedy because of a bad breakup. Like I was super depressed. And I used to talk about it. People were like, what happened with you and so-and-so? And then I'd be like, that bitch did this. And they're like laughing, all my friends. And I'm like, why the fuck you laughing, bitch? And they would be like, because that's just funny, man. You should talk about it. And then one day I went to an open mic and I started talking about it and people were laughing. And I'm like, that's fucked up that they're laughing at my pain. But it's real, you know? So ever since then, I kind of not really looked back. I kind of just been doing it since then. So that's like, what? About 10 years, maybe?
I kind of find that the best comedy comes from tragedy.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
If you know me, when I'm mad, I'm hilarious. And it's not like I try to be. I just get like into these like rants and I'm like, blah, blah, blah. And then my friends are like laughing. I'm like, why are you laughing? Blah. And they're like, because that's hilarious. Yeah, I'm getting more mad. Yeah. Yeah, usually when I drive to a show, I get a little... Not bad road rage, just a little, just enough to make you get a little upset, And usually when I get to the show, I'm in a bad mood because I've had road rage to get there, and then I get on stage and I just let it out. I know, that poor
Take it out.
Mazda.
Poor Mazda.
I know.
Punching the steering wheel.
So like who are like someone? Well, obviously you said like you got a lot of your like drive for comedy from like your pain, you know, the breakup. But who else do you like look up to as far as like comedian?
Oh man, I mean, Chicago has a lot of great comedians. You know, you got people like Gwen La Roca, you have people like Just Niche. I mean, all the women that came out of Chicago are amazing. But like if you talk about like old school, like what I grew up watching was like, you know, Eddie Murphy, Delirious,
Yeah.
Martin Lawrence, Richard Pryor, like even like on Otro Rollo, you know, I don't know if you guys
Yeah.
ever watched
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, like
That
at
motherfucker's
like
funny.
midnight it would come on and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Like I just love old school like comedy where like storytelling, like Chris Rock. I mean, of course, what's his name, Dave Chappelle. Hell yeah, you
Yeah,
know, like
everywhere.
all, you
The
just
GOAT.
like the classics, you
Right,
know.
right, right.
Bernie Mac.
Bernie Mac, yeah. I mean,
Forget about Bernie.
but there's just so many that that this city has created, you know. In
Yeah.
general. So it's a great scene here. You know, there's a lot of talent, so much talent. So for sure.
Chicago, talent driven.
Yeah.
Just, you know.
Hustlers, man.
hmm
So you kind of jumped right into it then. But I'm sure like you were funny all your life. Was there like throughout
know-
your life did you hear like, man, you should try
You know what?
stand up?
So you remember? I don't know if you guys ever did this when you were like in grammar school, right? You always had that project, like, what are you gonna be when you grow up? You know. So like in 8th grade, our teacher gave us that assignment. He's like, hey, I want you guys to do like a report about what you want to be as you grow up. And I had chosen to be a comedian in 8th grade. I was like, I want to be a comedian, and I turned it in and for a rough draft, and he's like, that's not a real job. You need a real job. And so I was like, I looked it up. I looked up the salary. I know what it takes, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, no. He's like, you can still turn it in, but you need a real job. And I'm like, okay, well, what's the next best thing? So I did the report, my other report, I did it on business manager. So basically like a manager for talent. And years later, I ended up going to college for that. And then like I kind of did the reverse. And
Right.
I remember like maybe a couple years ago running into that teacher at like a bar because that's where you see them, right? Because they're probably like, fuck these kids, right?
Yeah.
Tired with the
I
day.
know I would be. So yeah. So I ran into him and I was like, hey, do you remember that report? He's like, yeah. He was kind of drunk. And I was like, well, guess what? I do it and I did it. So
I'm doing it full time too, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Mr. Rojas.
What was his name? The prick? No.
So where did you grow up at? Like, what part of the city were you from?
No, I'm not from the city. So
Okay.
that's everybody's like, where are you from? I'm like, Summit. And they're like, where? Like, what is that? I'm like, we're known for burritos, you know, like, but no, I grew up in Summit. So, right, like, I try to explain it to people. I'm like, you know, you just cross the street, you're in Chicago. And they're like, huh? And I'm like, okay, Midway Airport, around that area. Let's just keep it like that. Because people always get confused. They're just like, what? Like, what is that? Like, what's Summit?
I never heard of it.
Yeah.
That's close
But
by.
yeah, that's not far.
Yeah.
You went to school there too?
Yeah,
Or did
Argo.
you- Okay, nice.
Yeah. I went to school
I know
there.
a few people from Argo.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's right around the
You were just like a bus ride away from us.
I
Yeah,
know.
how do
I
you-
know. I was like, you know, before I came here, I was like, damn, they're close as hell. They're close.
And then where'd you go for college?
I went to SIUC for a little bit, and then I ended up graduating at Columbia downtown.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
There you go.
yeah. So that was super fun.
That's dope. That's dope. Well, right around the corner, man. What like I know you do shows, right?
Mm-hmm.
What venues do you like? Is there venues that you frequent in Chicago that? Because like I've you know you're on IG and you see a bunch of different places. You got Zanies, you got the Laugh Factory, you got all these different places. Where do you go? I know it's like more
I
local
would
around
say
here
I'd
too, right?
probably, you know, I frequent more around like the Laugh Factory. You know, I got something going at Reggie's with another co-producer. So
Reggie's.
you know, I'm trying to like do more stuff out in the burbs. Though I feel like there's one more need of it, and I used to do that. So, you know, I think people want to stay local as well.
Oh,
so
for sure.
Because you're on, where you were on tour with some other Latinas, like you said, Gwen and the other.
Janice.
Yeah.
Janice
So
is
are
who
you
I
guys
produce.
still on tour?
So we co-produced a show.
Okay, okay.
At Reggie's, and you know, we just started it, and it's been doing pretty good. So
Okay.
I'm excited about that, especially because in comedy, it's a very male-dominated industry. So just the fact to be able to collab with other women is like amazing. You know, like, and especially to see that we're able to like sell out a crowd like that. That's what I look forward
That's
to,
dope.
and giving other people that platform. You know, not just performing, but also like letting people perform and like have that crowd.
Yeah. I went to that show. It was in Summit. Too,
Yeah,
no?
yeah,
Yeah, that was really funny.
Yeah.
That was really fucking.
We were
funny.
supposed to go, George.
I know.
We didn't
make
go.
it. I
No.
went.
Yeah, I didn't. I was.
I was
supposed to
the
go
only
with
one that
you.
ended up going.
Yeah, we were supposed to go though.
Everybody got busy. We're all busy, man.
So,
Family.
so like how different is it being on tour with, obviously, your fellow comedians are women, but like is it like even tough when like the lineup there's men in front of you, or like to break through, or like how different is it?
I mean, I don't really think about that. I just worry about myself.
Right,
You know?
right,
Like,
right,
to be
right.
honest,
Yeah,
like when
yeah,
I
yeah.
go up there, I'm in my zone. Like I kind of just, smoke my little weed and
You're like,
sit in
"Get
my
out of my way.
corner
Get out
and
of
just
my way."
go over my notes or whatever.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah.
I'm very I'm very quiet. It's funny because when you see me on stage, people have told me like, "Oh my God, you're the comedian! Like you were so quiet in the corner." And it's like because I just need to be to myself.
Right,
in the
right, right,
beginning,
right.
But then I just bottle it up, and then when I go up there, I just explode. You
Oh,
know,
snap.
so
Get out of our way. Nana's here.
yeah, I'm the youngest, so I always had to like fight for things with my brothers.
Yeah,
I had
yeah.
a fight to play with them. Like, let me play GI Joes with y'all motherfuckers. Like I want to play frisbee too. And then they would just throw the frisbee in my face, and then I'd be out because I'd be crying. I'm like, ah, and my dad would like, that's what you get, pendeja. Why'd you go think you could play with them?
Oh man.
So like, I couldn't take no for an answer. So
Yeah.
that's kind of how I feel with it. So for sure.
Like, was it hard coming up, like, getting into, like, I know people, you hear about, like, horror stories about comedians having, like, bad nights. Or just,
it
like, you have,
happens.
like,
Yeah, it's gonna
dead crowds, and it's just like, fuck, you
That's
gotta
the
muscle
nature of the
through that.
game, man. Like, it'll happen, and you're never not gonna have like. Even to this
Right.
day, I'll have a bad night. It'll happen, like, and that just tells you like you got to keep working. I might get in a room where I'm like, oh, my jokes might not hit, and I have to learn how to work with it. So, I think that's part of growth. If I was 100% and just killing, then I don't think I'm growing. So.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
But yeah, I mean, it happens. And
Like
when it does,
how do you get through that? Like what like
That's what I was gonna get to.
then
Yeah.
I look at like what did I talk about? I kind of dissect what happened. Like what did I say? I just look at like I kind of dissect it, and I'm my biggest critic. Let me tell you, like I'll have people like that was really good. I'm like yeah, but I think I could have done better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cuz like
So-
during like that, let's say during that set, and you see that happening. Like how are you like
Yeah, like,
you're just going through it, like you're
Yeah.
just like you continue with what you got, or like
I might just address it, or like I'll try to pick. I'll just figure something out. But if it doesn't work, it doesn't work, and that's okay. Like it's gonna happen. Not everything's perfect, unfortunately. I could be a little Joe Jackson on myself, though. I'm not gonna lie.
Do you ever like do any crowd work at all? Like, do you just like?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like especially when I'm hosting, because you gotta get in touch with the crowd and kind of draw them in. So for sure, crowd work. I like crowd work. It's fun to pick on people.
oh man, don't sit in the front row.
that's an art right there, man.
Yeah,
Fucking
it's-
getting into crowd work. Like, I don't know how y'all do it.
Yeah, I think it's because I was little and I used to get in trouble, so I just used to know how to get myself out of it. You got to be quick on your feet. You got to be like, blah, like, hey,
Yeah.
no, blah, blah, and like that wasn't really me. Like, but yeah, it's fun. I love it.
There's a lot
Especially
of-
growing up with brothers, like all we did was talk shit to each other, like all the time. So like it's like you have to learn to hold your own.
Yeah, of course.
You're Mexican, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, Mexicans, family's brutal. And
yeah, hell yeah, they are. You're like you got
How
feelings.
many siblings did you have?
I have 4 older brothers.
Oh man, that's like a crowd right there.
Yeah, it is a crowd.
Yeah.
It is a crowd. Like yeah.
Do they ever give you shit to this day about your comedy?
No, they don't.
That's
No,
cool.
you know what? Sometimes they'll be like, we're funnier, and I'm like, well, let me get them jokes in, shit. Like, what the
Like, you
fuck?
fucking come up on stage.
Yeah. No, my brothers are pretty funny though. Like, I'm like, I could say that possibly, but I might get canceled. So I don't know. No.
So like when you like, what's your process on like when you're gonna like do new material or think about a new joke? Do you just like, is it just like something it could just happen while you're driving, while you're doing, just sitting around, or do you like actually like set time aside? Like
do you have like a joke book?
yeah, like I'm gonna write
I
material.
do have a joke book. I also have like a note section in my phone because sometimes it's faster for me to write it in there. But like, I mean, honestly, like I like to just joke about life in general. Like
Right,
I
right, right.
don't. I don't really sit and think like I need a topic unless I'm hired for a certain like event or a roast, or like if I'm doing a certain like fundraiser, then I'll like think of a topic to go with it. But
Right.
most of the time I'm just home, you know, smoking my weed, hanging out with my cousins and family, just talking shit and be like, that's funny, write that down. You know, like that's usually how it goes. Like
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
why
yeah.
my creative sessions, you know, that's what I call on, where I just invite people over to hang out and then we just talk, and usually something comes from that. And then I just write it out. And then, so yeah, it's just,
Bust out the
I do have a creative writing session, but I don't really have like, I need a topic. It's just like we just smoke our weed, start talking,
Talk
and
shit.
then, yeah, talk shit. That's really what it is.
Yeah. Oh, that's fucking cool.
That's cool. I thought you were just. What were you saying? You got something? You were writing a joke?
Oh no, yeah, I was saying she was saying that she, you know, gathers her friends and something funny is said in this. So I, was like,
I thought you just thought about
you
something.
bust out the notebook.
Yeah, I mean, I'll hang out with different groups of friends just to get a different type of concept. Like usually my jokes are
Like a different vibe.
my thoughts
Yeah.
while I'm high, right? Like that's usually the basis of my jokes. I'm like, man, the other day I was high, you know, like because I'm usually always high, you know. So it's my high perspective.
be high
That's
right
that's
now.
usually what my jokes are about. You know, my high perspective.
Busted. No.
Do you like? So I assume you bounce like jokes off of fellow comedians as well, too, right?
Yeah, yeah. Like, you know, everybody's really helpful and helping each other out. I would say you always got like your crew of people you hang out with or that you talk to. So for sure.
You ever have like a comedian call and say, "Hey, I came up with this joke, but I think you'd kill if you
If you were the one that said it.
yeah."
I've probably had that maybe once or twice, maybe. but
Really?
not-
Do comedians do that, or is it pretty much like?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they do. Like if I had a joke I wrote for someone, I'd give it to them. Like I wouldn't like if I knew I couldn't deliver it. Hell yeah, I would. Like why not?
Yeah.
But maybe some don't. I don't know. I don't know how that works, to be honest. I'm not into comedy beef. I'm sure it's out there, but I'm not into it.
Yeah, because there definitely are different types of comedy,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You got like the short fire ones. You got the storytellers.
Yeah.
Right.
You got
Yeah.
all that.
So what do you? So like outside of comedy, what are you doing outside of comedy? Like what?
Outside of comedy.
Yeah.
Comedy.
Just straight comedy all day.
Comedy. Well, I mean, I work. You know, I work a full-time job. You know, in retail. I run a weed spot. That's all I can say. I don't want to say the name because I don't want
No,
people
yeah.
to stalk me. But a legal weed retail location. That's
And
all
see,
I'm
actually,
gonna
the
say.
comedian that sells weed.
I'm sure they all do, but I don't
Yeah.
sell it. I just work for a place that is in retail. Okay.
Gotcha.
But I love it. You know, I can't complain. You know, I work in the cannabis industry. For my full-time job, and then my passion is comedy. So comedy and cannabis go great together. So
Yeah.
you know, like it's kind of comical to think that I was this young kid smoking weed and getting in trouble because Latinos. I don't know if you guys are Catholic, but my family is super old school Catholic, and I used to get in trouble for it. And now it's like, yeah, tia, I'm paying my bills with this.
Paying my bills.
Yeah.
Comedy.
Well, these guys were you both altar boys? I know you were an altar boy.
Yeah,
Right?
Oh, I was an altar girl.
Yeah?
Yeah. When they passed it, I was like, yes, woman rights. I was like, yeah, take that. Take that. That's my papa. That's what I thought, like, yeah.
The three of us were on the front lines there.
Yeah. Yeah. I was so excited about it. But I think there's a shortage because I went to like church recently for a funeral and I didn't see them there. And I was like, this is bad. COVID got everybody. No one's working, man. There's a shortage.
There wasn't any altar boys?
None. The priest had to do everything. I was like, now you know how I feel at work,
Wow.
Like, it's bad, yeah. Like, I thought it was bad at Wendy's. Church, they're calling off.
Yeah. They just didn't come
They're
in.
going to hell.
No
Can't
call,
make it
no
in for Jesus
shows.
today.
Like, that's strike against you. You ain't making it to the gates.
Where was your church at that you were altar girl at?
I used at St. Joseph. That's where I was an altar girl at.
St. Joseph. Where's that at? Like we're in Summit?
Summit, yeah.
Oh, okay. And you guys were at school. All the
Yeah,
boys at
Our
school.
Lady Charity
Our
right
Lady
here.
Charity.
Sister O.
Sure.
Good times. I mean, it was what it was.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, I had no choice. I had to go there,
You know what was fun about it was like, you had to cut school a little bit during
Oh,
the day.
yeah,
There
yeah.
was that.
Yeah, you had to get away from classroom and
Yeah,
you know
that was
fucking
fun.
cracking
Not to
jokes with
mention, yeah, exactly. Not to mention the
And you
stupid
got
shit we would do behind.
yeah.
Eat the wafers. Ooh, I used to pocket the wafers.
Oh, shit.
Ooh, Jesus crackers.
Yeah. I used to be walking around like, what you got?
Would you have the munchies, Nana? Did you have the munchies then too?
Yeah, heck yeah.
You're just sitting there, just slipping.
Yo.
Oh,
Yeah.
You bring edible wafers.
Now that's an idea. Wow. I like that.
You'll be seeing Jesus real quick.
Well, he did have long hair, Jesus, I think. So
Yeah, you did. You know, threw up that peace sign in the pictures.
is that wafer flavored? I never had it.
no, there's no flavor.
Oh,
It
no,
tastes,
there's
it
absolutely-
tastes like paper, but it's good. You know, at
Really?
the time it was good. You know, like it was a thing. If you had wafers, you were the cool kid for the day. So like I made sure I grabbed a bunch. I was like, I got wafers, bitch. Look at this.
Oh shit!
Where's the
Like, you want
cajeta?
some candy, bitch?
What'd you say,
You
George?
got the cajeta on the side.
Oh, now that's different. That's the obleas, right?
Oblast.
Ooh.
Oh my goodness!
Now I'm getting hungry. Shit.
Yeah, because we were talking about the 2023. You know, you want to start. You know,
Oh yeah.
gain, with your gains.
Yep. I don't think the wafers are gonna do it. though.
Yeah, you need some cajeta.
Need a little protein.
Yeah, I need a little protein in there. Put some peanut butter.
I need more cajeta.
Yeah.
That's
That
hilarious.
was so random. Why'd you ask about ultra serving?
Yeah. How did we get
Yeah.
there?
Yeah, because you said you were. You brought it up about being Catholic, about
Oh
in the
yeah,
church.
yeah.
She
yeah.
brought it up.
Oh shit, yeah, I did.
Yeah, she brought it up. I feel like I'm in the podcast by myself. Me and Hans are here. It's like me and Hans
I think me and you are the sober ones.
sober.
Oh, I'm fine.
Edible crew over here. That's hilarious.
You cut the edge off, you know?
Yeah.
Anyway,
Most people drink, I smoke. Okay, that's it.
yeah,
Man,
there's like still a stigma.
yeah, there is, and it sucks. It sucks big time. I
Yeah.
hate it.
I think it's just got to pass this generation, you know?
More likely. I feel like, yeah, I agree. Once
know?
once you get past the generation, they kind of just get used to it. Then it's just like, oh, okay, well, whatever.
Yeah, because it's already legal to everybody, you know what I mean?
At least over here in this.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah.
here,
Yeah.
not so much everywhere else.
I mean, most places.
You're gonna go to Texas and find out real
Oh, yeah.
fast.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, you know, they be doing it over there too.
I
Oh, they do.
Yeah.
Everybody fucking does.
Everybody
It.
does.
Yeah.
It's everywhere.
That's the joke. I don't understand why there's a federal law against it, but
Right.
Because it's too many benefits from it. That's why they outlawed it to help out the the pill companies,
True.
pharmaceutical.
I guess.
That's true.
Yeah.
No, that's the.
There's
that's
a
the
lot of
truth.
benefits in cannabis, and the government saw that, and they didn't like that, so they wanted to own it. That's why they created a substance one, and that's why they own it.
Mhm.
So, but now they like decriminalizing it. But yeah, they ain't stupid. They're the biggest hustlers.
I mean, like, I guess my argument from the get go was like he could have just put a tax on it from the
Right.
start.
Oh yeah.
Like that was going to be the plan anyway.
Yeah.
I don't agree with it, but nonetheless, like
Yeah.
that's what they should have done to begin with. And I was surprised that it took Illinois so long to fucking
Yeah.
get on board with that.
Yeah.
Especially when Colorado started like making fucking bank.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's huge business.
Yeah, but it all was prohibited really because back in the day it was it was for like to control the brown and black communities, so that's really it stemmed from back in the day. So like all the KKKs and them,
Yeah.
whatever. They're like blacks and browns are the ones that smoke weed. Hide your kids.
Oh shit. I don't know. I'm not like frequent. I dabble in it, I guess, in spurts.
Right.
Like during the summer, I dabbled in it, but then now I'm not in it. And then I don't know. Maybe I'll go back to it in a few months or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I mean,
I think it's probably like that for most people, though.
Yeah, I feel like it's like I see it like drinking. What do most people do after a hard day at work? They have a beer, right?
Yeah.
So that's how I see cannabis. It's like, what do you do after a hard day at work? Oh, I smoke some weed and relax. So, I used to smoke weed and get real high and stupid and be like, oh shit, man, I'm high, because I didn't know no better. I didn't know that. I think now the beauty of it is that there's ways to function with it, and there's a lot of like awesome medications out there to help people, because what I've noticed is that there's a lot of like anxiety right now, like
For sure.
in
Yeah.
society, like crazy anxiety. And I feel like cannabis helps a lot with that. Like my dog is super anxious. Like when I come home, she's always got to grab something and put it in her mouth. I'm like, bitch, what's wrong with you? But I'm not saying that people come to my job with something in their mouth. You know what I mean? But I mean, anxiety is real. Like, and it's funny because I feel like we're becoming more self-aware of things that we ignored. So
I think a lot of it has to do with just understanding mental health a lot.
right.
Because I feel like the more we start understanding like how mental health really actually affects us all,
Yes.
I think that's when we start becoming a little more self-aware
Yes.
of just anxiety in general, traumas, and all other craps.
Like how to deal with it. Yeah, I mean, if
Absolutely.
you're Latino, most of your family is like, get over it. Like don't feel
Oh,
shit.
yeah.
Yeah.
So like,
Stop it.
yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, what do you mean?
Stop being a
Like,
pussy.
yeah, exactly. So, and I feel like that's where we're at right now. You've got the generation that's like, that was like, yo, get your shit together, which is the generation I'm from, and then you got the generations like, I can't get my shit together. What should I do? And
I
it's
can't
like,
get my shit together because you guys fucked it up.
yeah, exactly. And it's like, okay. Well, I don't know.
Yeah. What?
Oh, I thought you were gonna say
No,
something.
no, no. Thought you were gonna say
It's
something.
like a
Like,
weed
where'd you go?
Yeah, I was like,
Where did you go? You went somewhere. I saw it. That happened to me the other day.
we started talking about
Yeah,
anxiety.
I
and
know.
traumas.
he's gonna.
just went to a dark
George,
Yeah, he did. I'm like,
George is
wow.
gonna ask, why did we start talking about altars?
Altar service.
Why did we start talking about the service again? Oh, jeez.
That's funny. You guys are funny.
You got a show coming up, Adriana?
I do. Yeah, I got one coming up at the Laugh Factory. One coming up right nearby in Garfield Ridge. Cup of Joe, I think, and Reggie's. So yeah, I got like 4 coming up.
And you ever do anything like out of state, or is it always just like in?
No,
Illinois?
I've done something in Boston and Indiana. I haven't gone out as much as I want to, but I definitely want to. So if you guys are watching this, holla at me. I'm willing to travel. I got that Southwest credit card.
Oh, watch out!
You've been on the Blue podcast.
Yes.
With Brian.
Yes, yeah.
How'd you guys link up? How did that come about?
We went to grammar school together. Yeah, yeah,
What?
yeah. So,
Is he from Summit too?
No. He's from Chicago, but back in the day, it was either my school or St. Dan's, and he went to my school. So yeah, that's.
He was like, he fell within the district. or
Yeah,
that's dope.
So we go way back, man. Like first grade, I think.
whatever. You've been on this podcast a few times.
Yeah. He's funny.
Great guy, man.
Yeah,
That's
he
funny
is.
as hell.
Brian's definitely a good guy. Shout out to Brian.
Yeah. Brian.
What up, Brian?
Podcast.
Brian's here. What's up with his album? Yeah, I'm gonna give a shout out to him too. Like, what's up with? He was supposed to be dropping a track.
Yeah, I know, right? Where's that album at, Brian?
Yeah, what's up with that, Brian?
But it's amazing how like small of a world it is.
Yeah, because we
Yeah.
went to high school with him.
Yeah, we went to high school. With
Where'd you
Brian.
guys go?
St. Joe's in Westchester.
Well, I went to St. Joe's first.
Was that? Did they make it co-ed by that time? Or
No,
was it,
no, it was all boy.
IHM was still around.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had
That's where I
classes.
wanted to go. I wanted to go to IHM. I wanted to go there so bad. Sorry, that's a little too evil laugh, but but I went to public school because my dad was like, "Ah, we can't afford that." I'm like, "No, all the bitches are there. We gotta start over."
I went to St. Joe's for like one semester, or not one semester, one year, freshman year. I was only there freshman year, and I fucking hated it.
Wow, really?
Yeah, no, I fucking.
Did your parents want you to stay there? Hans?
They did. They wanted me to stay in a private school, but I was just like, I fucking hate this school. Like, I hate private school. I wanted to go to Nazareth, but what's it called?
Also a private school.
Also a private school. But I think maybe it was just the all boys thing that was just gonna get into me.
Oh.
See, I wanted the all girls thing. You know? I was okay with that. I didn't really have that at home. You know?
I would have been fine with all girls too, but so I ended up going to like Morton. I ended up going to Morton East, and my sister. What's funny is my sister went there and she swears it was like Dangerous Minds. Like seriously, her first day, like when she was there, it was like immediate fight, like right in front of her. So she only lasted like 3 months.
Where at IHM?
No, at St. Joe, not St. Joe's, Morton East High School.
Oh.
This is probably like early 90s.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, it was pretty
So
bad back then.
when she went there, she had a horrible experience, and then after that, she went to Puerto Rico, right?
Wow. It was that bad? She went out to Puerto
She
Rico?
just left. She was like, "Nah, I'm out. I'm done." But when I said I was gonna just go to public school instead, like my sister was like adamant, like calling me up, like, "No, you don't want to go there. There's a bunch of gangbangers over there. Like it's gonna be the worst school ever. Like people are dying every day." And then when I got there, I was like, I don't see a problem with like.
Sounds like the news. The way she's reported it.
She's like, there's gurneys everywhere. There's triage, everything. The ambulance are there.
I just kind of got there and I was just like, I don't see no fucking problem here. I'm fitting right in.
Oh, wow.
So it wasn't as bad as everybody was saying it was.
No, it wasn't. Even to this day, like, what's it called? Like, East has come a long way.
Yeah.
I'll say that much. East has come a long way from where it used to be at. Like, it used to be bad, but like even when I was going to high school there, it wasn't as bad as like people made it out to be. So.
Yeah, St. Joe's wasn't so bad. It was actually we had classes with girls too. Well,
Yeah, if you had language classes.
Yeah, no, AP classes too.
I don't know.
Wait, so if you had AP classes, that's the only way you could take classes with girls?
Mostly.
So you had to be smart. That's fucked up.
Well,
I
yeah,
had a
or you
few.
wanted to speak French because that's when you had to go to IHM.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah,
so all the guys,
or they would come
all the guys who took French was just purely just going.
Oh my
that was
goodness,
it.
that's hilarious.
Or the girls were coming over here for Italian.
I don't remember what language it was.
think
I know there was a class.
I think it was Italian.
another language.
Also Spanish.
Yeah,
But yeah, no, I had plenty of classes with girls.
I didn't. I just had skinheads and
Pays to be a nerd.
yeah.
Yeah, comedy. I couldn't do comedy though, man. I don't have the wit for it. Like, I gotta sit there and think about shit. You know what I mean? I can't. I'm not quippy.
I think I get
Carlos
it.
is pretty
I
cool.
think I get it from like my uncles, like my family. If you hang out with my family and people like when I bring around my family, they're like, we see where you get it from. Like even like my mom's side, my dad's side, we just talk a lot of shit. Like that's what we do.
You're a happy bunch though. Right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. We're not like fuck you die. You know. We're like fuck you die. Not really. You know. Like,
that was my problem. My family was like that. Dark. Just
yeah. I like being dark. I think that's where the comedy's at.
dark comedy's fucking funny.
I feel like
agree.
through dark you find the light. Like I try to look at fucked up situations and make light of it. Because I feel like that's what you're supposed to do. Like if you can't laugh at yourself at your worst time, then I don't know what you're doing.
A lot of comedians kind of have darker pasts, or like they'll have stuff that's really bothering them, or like they'll talk about their pain, right? I see it a lot. Like, and then you hear about like, you know, what was his name? Chris Farley, you know, people committing suicide and all that. Like from depression, Robin Williams.
It happens, unfortunately.
It does
Yeah,
happen.
y'all work a lot from your pain and from like,
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's like therapy. Honestly, like being up there, it like when I get off, it's like, okay, you know, like it feels like therapeutic when I'm up there when I'm writing about what I'm writing, because someone might have the same thought, or maybe someone's like, damn, I kind of see what you're saying, and oh yeah, I feel that same way, you know. So if I can make someone laugh and make them forget their problems, then that's enough for me, you know, like, because everybody needs that. Everybody needs to laugh. Like I feel like that gets me in trouble when it comes to dating. I always hear like, you play too much. Like, no, duh, bitch. Like, you met me like this. Like, you thought I was serious? I might be serious about this relationship, but I'm going to do jokes all day, you know? Like, I might talk about you, but you can't get mad, you know? Like, you know, like.
Do you ever have that? Like after a set, you have somebody come up to you and they're just like, man, I really needed to hear everything you said.
Yeah.
I've
had people say that, yeah.
I feel like, you know, the person who laughs the hardest is really understanding your joke,
Yeah.
where your joke is coming from.
Yeah. Yep.
I remember a while back when what's it called? I think we were doing that interview with Salem Sinner, and there was a dark part of that episode where I kind of was talking about suicide. And Carlos wanted to make a joke about it, but he wasn't sure if it was appropriate. I'm like, listen, dude, I am fucking morbid as fuck. If you want to make a joke about it, go ahead. If I'm accepting it, you can go ahead and say it. So.
yeah, too many people get canceled these days. You know, you hear about that.
Yeah, I hate that.
Is it like a fear of yours or like of comedians? Like you see that like
I mean,
You know,
I'm
the
gonna
community.
be real with you. In my phone, there's a section of jokes that are like my canceled section jokes that I definitely have.
Used in case of emergency.
This is like, yeah, this is, I definitely have in my phone. That's funny you say that, like a canceled section. Like, oh, one day I'm gonna say this shit and I give a shit. It shouldn't be like that, but it is. But I hope people understand, like, these are just thoughts. Like, we should be able to express ourselves. Like, so I do plan on rolling one of them out, and it should be interesting. Like, I'm like, this is the year I'm gonna do this joke. I might do it next week, possibly. I think so. And whatever happens, man. Like, that's life. You gotta just roll with it. You can't let nothing stop you because you're afraid of what other people are gonna say about you. Like, I think that's the problem. People need to just allow yourself to express. If I'm not hurting nobody, then let it be. If I'm not physically hurting you or like, then just don't listen to my shit, like turn it off.
Why'd you come to my show?
Yeah, right.
shit.
Yeah.
I feel like comedians get a lot of bad rap in the cancel culture type thing too. So
Yeah.
what's it called? Especially like you're just up there saying a joke, just bring out entertainment. It's just like people take it way too seriously.
Yeah, they do, and I'm just like, oh my god.
You ever get any hecklers while you're on stage?
Yeah, it happens. You just shut them up, talk about them. And if they don't shut up, you just keep it moving. Like I can't. In the beginning, it used to bother me, like I'd get mad, but now I'm like, I'll just talk about you and then keep it moving. And usually it works, so it's not too bad for sure.
What about what was your first show? Do you remember your first show? Like, what was it like for you?
Man, my first show that I was ever on, it was probably back in the day at Wantras when they used to have shows. I was doing a guest spot, and man, it was nerve wracking. It was so because it was full. It was a full. Like I was a guest spot on a show. I forgot who was doing it, but it was like super full. It was dark, and I didn't know what to expect. I think it ran over my time. It was a good experience because I heard people laugh, but it was a bad experience because I ran over my time, and like, and being in the industry, you don't run over your time. Like that's like frowned upon, because you're on a set schedule and stuff. But my dumb ass was like, oh my God, they love it. I'm going to keep going. Blah, 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 blah. Because I was so excited. It's like, I want to keep going. And then the lights flashing,
Your colleagues are in the back just staring at you like,
yeah, exactly. So
I'm up. You're cutting into my time now.
yeah. And I'm pretty sure I was super high for that. 'Cause I remember just ripping and just having fun. And then I was like, oh, I did great. And I was like, you went over time. And I'm like, oh, like that's a thing. Like, but it's definitely a thing. So it's definitely taught me a lot. Like, there's a lot of growth from when I started, for sure. I took some time off. There was a point where you're your biggest critic, right? So like, that's why I say I don't worry about nobody else but myself when I do this, because I used to like look at other people and be like, man, how did they get there? How come I'm not there? And then that's what would eat me up. And I was just telling myself, like, hey, I don't got it. Fuck it, I'm not doing it. And I stopped for a while. There was a time that I stopped for about 1.5 years, and I kept like running into people that would be like, hey, when are you gonna have another show? And I'm like, it's been like 1 year. And they're like, oh man, well, let us know when the next one is. And it just kept happening and happening. And my high self was like, well, if this keeps happening, maybe the universe is sending you signals and it's telling you to go back into it, Yep. And then I did. I just said, you know what? Fuck it. If it's meant to be, then it's meant to be. And there's a reason why I keep running into people reminding me about it. So then I just went full throttle. I was like, fuck it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it right. And I'm going to do it my way. And I never looked back. And actually, I'm glad I did, because now I'm doing more than I've done before.
Nice.
Was that like during or before COVID time? Was that like
that was way before COVID?
Way before COVID time? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So like during COVID, like what were you doing? Like were you just writing or
yes,
doing anything like that?
Yeah, actually during COVID, I was getting high a lot, and I was writing. I mean, because all I could do was just hang out with certain people, and usually it's my cousin or my brother. I hang out with my family a lot. I'm very, very close to my family, so I would just get high and we would just write, or I would just start talking shit. I'm like, I like that. Let me put the sound and just put things together or rework some old jokes. And that's really what I did was just write.
Because I was trying to find you like on YouTube, but you don't have a YouTube channel, right?
I do, but it's not like that.
It's not like out
no,
there.
No, I
Okay.
have videos. I just haven't edited them. I'm like, that's the thing. I'm like lazy
Editing.
when it comes
Everybody
to-
hates editing.
I hate editing. I don't even like
Everybody
doing
hates
it.
You know what?
editing
I actually
here.
like it.
No,
Really?
get out of here, George.
For real.
Yeah.
I don't like the time crunch, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The time
You like
constraint, but
editing? Yes, you
it's
would.
fun.
Because you're like, look at you. You got coasters everywhere. This is like the nicest setup here. When I walked in your house,
Oh, here he comes.
I was like, your place gives me serial killer vibes. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I don't know if you guys can see this. Like, there's 3 doors, and I'm down here. I'm like, oh, which one's the bathroom? They're like, no, you gotta go upstairs. I'm like, why are there 3 black doors? That's weird. What are in these doors?
All right, that's the office. That's the sex dungeon.
Oh my
That's the
god.
torture chamber.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
they're
that's
telling
the
me.
plastic lined room.
Oh, yeah, that's the one. Because they're telling me you're really big on like keeping everything nice and neat. I'm like, I can tell. The moment I walked in, I was like, this is a little creepy
No.
here.
If you go in the office, you'll see it's kind of a mess in there. I keep clean what I can. There's
Yeah.
too much house to take care of by myself. Yeah.
I'm
I'll
just
bet
saying.
that room, the torture chamber, was actually a mess for a while.
Ah,
Yeah. I just
okay.
recently organized that a little bit. Yeah.
That's
But
so
everything's like strategically placed in your house. Like that's serial killer vibes, which I'm cool with. I
I'm a
won't
little
trick on
OCD.
you. I'm just saying, like, I understand the philosophy of some serial killers. I understand like where the trauma came from. You know what I'm saying?
I just want to know if I could call you at 3 a.m. one day and be like, I need to bury this. I need help.
You can call me, but I won't help you. I probably won't answer, okay? I'll be sleeping. I don't be up at 3. That's serial killer time. You crazy?
The first person I ever heard say that this is serial killer vibes. Now,
Really?
I'm a little subconscious.
Yeah,
No, you know what? I'm OCD. I am a little bit OCD.
yeah, and most serial killers are too.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
I don't think it's a problem.
I'm a little OCD, but not as much as you. Like, I just make the cut of not being a serial killer. But it's cool. I mean, hey, I'm not judging. I'm not judging. I'm
appreciate
just
it.
noticing.
It's just an
Noticing.
observation.
Yeah,
No,
exactly. It's
no
my high
judges here.
perspective.
A minor observation.
Add it to the joke book.
Went to the zoo's house the other day. Gave me real serial killer vibes.
Mm-hmm.
Walked back out.
And he had a Chon t-shirt on.
Oh, the chonk.
And then you wear the Chon t-shirt, and he's looking over here like,
Yeah, those eyes.
yeah.
George is gonna say picador.
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 I didn't tell you what this one was.
No, I just
don't wanna
realized it was there. I'm like, oh shit, I don't even want to know. I don't even want to know.
It's a little
I
joke.
don't want to know.
It's the sauna.
That's a song.
It's the sauna.
It's the sauna back there.
It's where you relax and take the pictures.
Oh, Jesus. Creeper. Creep. No, I'm just saying.
I do what I can, you know.
What was your biggest show?
My biggest show was probably one that I did it for my birthday like a couple years ago. Every year for my birthday, I like to team up with like a nonprofit,
Nice.
usually with animals because I am an animal person. Like I love animals. I have 2 pit bulls, 2 cats. They're rescues. So I usually try to team up with like a no-kill shelter and donate the proceeds usually all to the shelter. So that one we probably had for my birthday like 2 years ago before COVID was 120 people.
Oh wow.
Nice.
Yeah.
Where was that at? What venue was that at? Or was that at the
was
shelter?
that was at it right now it's called the Stadium Club in McCook, but it used to be called the Max or something on 47th.
Okay.
Yeah, so over there, but
How many
Okay.
people in the crowd?
120.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
The one that I went to, that was with was it House of Chingazos or was it another thing, like a Chingonas thing?
Oh yeah, that was a cross promotion with Las Locas.
Las Locas.
Mhm.
It was pretty packed there too.
Mhm. That one was probably 60 people because it only holds about 60, 70 people.
I don't know why.
So-
I remember there being.
But
I
yeah,
don't
it's
know, it
packed.
looked
Yeah,
good.
it gets real busy in there. Yeah, for sure. For sure it does.
Yeah, that was a pretty funny show, man. I want to make it out to more. I wish I had more time for shit.
You got a show this coming Friday, right? I think.
This Thursday at the Laugh Factory
Okay.
with Las Locas. It's the Las Locas 6-year anniversary.
Oh,
So yeah, shout out to Janice. Congrats. And Friday is at a Couple Joe at 7. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
you got any out of towners coming in for the Las Locas one?
No,
Huh?
that's no. Those are all local comedians.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Copa Joe, that's local place, right? Where's that at? Is it down?
That is on Archer over there, right over here.
Okay.
By, like Archer and Oak Parkish. Right before that, it's this comedian who's producing it, Martin McFly. He does it. So he does one. He's the one that producing. I'm just the guest on all these shows. I'm not. These
Okay.
are none of my shows.
Do you think you'd get into like organizing events?
Producing, like,
Oh, I produce a show right now at Reggie's with Janice from Las Locas. We co-produce a show right now. So
Oh, that's dope.
yeah, it's a lot of work though. It is, you know, when I ran my shows, that's a lot of work. I don't have a team. It's just me and my brother's my DJ, you know, like, you know, so it's a family event. But,
So besides promotion and like getting a venue, like what's involved in production?
you know, figuring out the lineup, you know, figuring out the time of everything, like who's gonna go first, how many minutes, and just really like setting the vibe of the show. Like that's really what goes into it. It's just making sure that you're setting the vibe and putting the right lineup together.
Okay.
And that's tough because you're like, oh, you know, you don't want to put too many on that are the same. At least for me, I like a variety on a show. I want people to have a variety of comedians up there, so
Okay.
I try to get a little bit of everything up there.
I didn't know how involved that was. To be honest with you, I just always just thought like if you find a comedian, you just book them and then
You
Yeah.
can, but
find a venue and then what's it called? Just
so are a lot of the comedians that are like, when you do produce like a show, are those like comedians you know, or are you looking for? Are you constantly looking out for people?
I mean, yeah, I'm always looking for sure. I love collabing with comedians I've never worked with. I think that's like one of the nicest things about comedy. Comedy is that you get to like collab and work with new people,
Right.
and you know you get to learn more too. You get to see different styles. So that's what I enjoy the most is the people you get to meet and the people you get to work with for sure.
Oh, that's cool.
Who are some of the comedians that are out right now that you vibe with? Like, I mean, not just local. I mean, just people that like you got your Andrew Schulz. Speaking of crowd work, this Tom Segura. I love Tom Segura.
Yeah, a lot of people like him too. Yeah, for sure. I like man, I really like Dave Chappelle. I like how
He's the GOAT.
controversial he is. Yeah, he is for sure. But I like Eddie Murphy is still a classic to me. You know, like I love Eddie Murphy Delirious. You know, I like that old school vibe. You know, I grew up on
Martin
watching
Lawrence.
like HBO at night. But right now, there was. Man, I be watching so much Netflix and watching different. Oh, Dion Cole. Have you
Dion
seen that
Cole?
one?
I haven't
Charlene's
seen it
Boy.
yet.
Oh man,
All right, I gotta check it out.
that's hilarious. You gotta watch that. That's hilarious. It's super funny.
See, yeah, he's funny, man.
Yeah, and he's from Chicago, so look at that.
Yeah.
What kind of TV shows are you vibing with? Like when you just want to like,
TV shows.
when we're snowed in.
Murder. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. You're like in a murder mystery.
I love murder shows.
okay.
Love
Out
them.
of curiosity, like what is the obsession with like murder mysteries? Because I feel like I feel like this is largely a female thing.
Yeah.
A lot of females are like really into murder and mysteries.
Yeah.
Like what's the obsession with it?
For me, I can't speak on all females' behalf, but for me, it is the psychological part of the killer. You know, like why did they do that? Like why did they go to that extreme to do that? Like what happened to them that made them do that or turn out that way?
Okay.
Like,
okay.
There's like a podcast that I will occasionally listen to, Swords and Scales, and they dig into the psychology of it. So that's why I like it. I like it because it's like, damn, what made that person do that? And like, why did they?
What was the snapping point?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and like, where did it stem from, and so forth. So that's why I like it. Because I think it's interesting. It's the human psychology. I think it's the most interesting. If I could have been a therapist or a psychologist, I would. But
I could tell you right now, you would have been a funny one.
I know, I know. Be like, oh, don't kill yourself today, bitch. All right.
All right, good session. Don't kill yourself now.
Yeah. You gotta come back next week. You gotta pay off this new car.
Oh shit,
I need a couple more sessions, then you can do what the fuck you want.
bitch.
Yeah. Smoke some weed, you'll be all right.
That's like, where did George disappear to?
I have no idea. He just literally straight up disappeared.
Oh,
Exactly.
It was,
Killer
messing-
vibes.
He was messing with Thor there for a minute, and then he just went away. Probably went to go grab the peanut butter.
I think George got the munchies. He's up there snacking.
No, he better bring some down that
Yeah.
shit.
You hear that, George? Bring some snacks down. Maybe not. I don't know.
Worst show that you ever had?
Worst show? Oh
Yeah.
man, that's hard. I don't really think
It has,
about
that
those.
hasn't even probably been recent, right? That's,
Yeah.
No, I feel like, oh God, I can't even think right now. Worst show. Probably maybe like last summer. For me, the worst shows are the ones where people are talking, you know, like where you just can't get them to shut up. It's just the sound vibrates everywhere.
Okay.
So that to me is like a worst show for me. And I've experienced that because it's like, no one's really listening. They're just talking. So it's not like I'm not funny. It's just they're just not paying attention because they're fucking drunk. So
Yeah.
that's usually like a recent worst show that I've experienced. But that just makes me mad. I'm like, okay, but I got to keep doing it. Like I can't just stop and run off stage. That's not how I roll.
Of
so.
course.
Yeah.
So I take it you're not you don't like doing like bar shows or anything?
No, I don't. No, I don't. I used to because that's so easy to get venues like that, and
Yeah.
usually bar shows are like thirsty for that. They're like, oh, do your. That's the thing. Like a lot of venues think that you can easily do a show there, which I'm picky. Like with me, I'm very picky on where I do it and how I do it. Because bars are you might get that drunk crowd, and that's just not a fun crowd to perform for. Like I'm not a
I
fan.
would
of
imagine
it.
you get a lot of hecklers from them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and that's not a fun crowd.
And
so.
the guys who want to be the comedians all of a sudden.
Right, right,
You're not up
right,
here
exactly.
on stage, bro.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Where'd you go, George?
My dog had to go outside. I had to wait for him to finish.
Okay.
Sorry about that. He was bugging me.
He said 1 second. 1 second.
My bad. You know, nature called for him. Can't let him go in here, run amok. Then I got to clean that up too.
That's- Yeah, we
What I
were-
miss?
We were talking about the worst show she had, and if she likes doing bar shows.
Have you had a really bad one? Yeah.
Yeah, it happens.
I bet it.
Just
you
like a
hear
bad
about it.
date, it happens, you know.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
There was one I heard about some. Because okay, there's that thing where they say that it's harder for girls to come up in the industry. It's male dominated. And there was this one female comedian. She decided to kind of go in, kind of make up, look like a guy.
Oh.
And then
is-
she went and did some shows, and she saw how hard it was.
Was she a comedian?
I don't think she was a comedian.
Oh, no. I think.
She wanted to prove that girls could be just as funny and all that. And she wanted to, I guess, kind of disguise it,
So she
herself.
was a guy and
so she looked like
performed
a
as
guy.
a guy, and she was funny.
Yeah. I don't know what happened with that though. I don't know the results. I know she had a hard time though. She had a hard time making them laugh. That's what I.
She
think
had a
of.
hard time making them laugh because she was dressed as a dude.
Yeah, she was. I guess she looked. I don't know. She looked. Such,
There was. I don't know what.
I don't know what's happening right now.
Yeah.
You didn't hear about that?
The story that I heard was that it was like a woman, but she had
Yeah.
like manly features or something, and she like wanted
I didn't hear that one.
to do like I guess like a test, she wanted to see how it was to be a man or whatever. So she like actually like cut her hair short, put a mustache on, whatever, and she was out there in the public, but I heard that she had killed herself afterwards.
Oh.
Like a few months after that.
What?
Yeah, that's what I heard. I mean, but
But
that's
why?
I don't know. I didn't get that far in the story, and then you just brought that up, and I was. That's what I thought you were going to talk about at first.
Yeah, I didn't know what happened to her at the end. I just.
Yeah.
So before you brought up the fact that she killed herself, I was gonna crack a joke about a strap on because she wanted to be a man, but
Oh, geez.
I was just kind of like, okay, never mind then.
What's that? And boom, boom.
Boom, boom. Yep.
Yeah, no, I couldn't do it. Comedian. I'm not quippy.
Quippy.
I'd say it's quippy. Yeah, I'm not quippy. Like fast.
Like
Yeah.
light on your feet.
Yeah.
That.
That's why Carlos wanted to be on here. I think he's pretty funny. I always told him that he'd be a good comedian. He never tried it though. I was telling him like, man, you'd be good on. That's why we were doing the podcast thing. He's pretty funny guy. And then Haley couldn't make it.
Yeah.
Poor girl, she's sick. Sorry. Shout out to Haley.
Shout out to Haley. But shit, I forgot what my question was.
The shows that you've done lately, are they all girls?
No,
No.
no. The ones that we produce currently, I try to like have more of a women lineup for sure because I just feel like there's a lot more men to showcase, and I want to showcase more women.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't
Little
see
something
that. I think
different.
that's dope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
I know you guys killed it, man. When I went, I've been meaning to go to another show.
Well, you say you got a show this weekend, right?
Thursday and
Thursday.
Thursday and Friday, and then what else is coming up besides Thursday and Friday? Now,
Valentine's Day, I'll be at this place in Burbank called Heavenly Occasions. It's not a strip club. It sounds like a strip club, but it's not a strip club.
It's not Heavenly Bodies.
Yeah. No, right. I was like,
That's got a funny name to it.
it's got a certain ring.
Yeah.
Need to pay your bills?
yeah,
Bodies.
yeah. And then, and what is it, February 25th, I'm at Reggie's. So I'll be at Reggie's on February 25th. Mm-hmm.
I definitely want to plan to go see you, go out
Yeah,
there.
you should. It's a good time.
I'll be like, nah. And then she's going to tell me, remember I told you to shut up. Don't talk to him. Don't talk back there, Whoops.
Fuck did I tell you about hecklers?
You know-
She's going to do the crowd work on me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're going to be so
She's going to be like, look at that.
Focus on.
Look at that guy over there.
Look at that asshole right there.
What a piece of shit.
Oh, my goodness.
What's it called? So we've had a few guests now, right? We've had the kid from Pilsen. We've had who else? Who was last time? Nikki Renfro, right? We've had Machin. Did you see that? We our 18th episode, the last one of the year. We had this band Machin who I think they recently played at Reggie's too.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
it was Reggie's.
last week. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So what I'd like to do one of these days is do like a kind of a show with an episode where it's like all us Latinos. I think that would be pretty cool.
Oh, kind of like a reunion show? Like bring everybody back?
The kid, right?
Yeah.
Machin.
That'd be like quite the meeting of the minds right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be really dope.
Oh, Brian,
Brian, too.
BT. Brian Tierney. Yeah.
we got
BT.
we got to collab. We got to do a whole show with Brian and you. That'd be pretty cool.
This thing is so big. Sorry, I'm just not used to big things in my face like this. This whole time, I'm like, it's like I don't want it to get any closer. It's just, sorry, this is a personal thought. in my head.
Pull it away a little bit.
It got you a little bit uncomfortable. You're like,
Yeah. I'm like, I'm not gonna lick it. No. just some of my fears in life.
Oh, jeez.
same with mine. No,
Yeah,
get out of my face.
I think everybody in this room kind of they're right
Whatever
there
you're
with
doing
you.
at 3 a.m., I'm usually in my nightmare at that time.
No.
That's hilarious.
So I got to get big so it doesn't happen.
That bit that I shared a while back about the magnets.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, that joke actually kind of resonated with me because like I did have like a bunch of magnets of like people's like weddings and whatnot.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think it was like 2 maybe, and like one of them was mine. And I'm just kind of like sitting there. I'm like, damn, we are all fucking divorced.
Yeah.
What was it, Hans? Like what was it?
She had a bit when I think it was at the Laugh Factory.
Yeah, yeah.
That she has on Instagram. And she was talking about what's it called? When you get the save the dates or the marriage invites or whatever.
Okay.
Sometimes they send you a magnet or whatever.
Oh, yeah,
it might be
yeah,
better
yeah.
if she just expresses it. So
Yeah.
if you want to like tell it, if you want,
Give us the delivery on it.
Oh, okay. So you put me on the spot. Let me drink some water. Jeez. My lips are dry. And
She's like, let me get another edible.
hot mouth is kicking in.
Yeah, no. Basically, it's just about like the other day I was high as hell looking at my fridge, and the save the dates. I realized I had 3 of them on there, and them motherfuckers ain't even together no more.
Oh my God.
And I kept them up there. I keep them up there, and then my cousin comes over and she gets mad every time she sees them, and I'm like, bitch, it ain't my fault. Your shit didn't fucking work.
Oh my God.
But
That's
yeah.
hilarious.
But see that's usually
She's
what
like,
my
Mira,
comedy-
they look so cute together.
Yeah.
Oh, they're not no more.
But that's like what my comedy's about. It's just my higher perspective on life, like my perspective on what I look at and how
Yeah.
I see things. Because I think it's important, you know.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. So I feel like, again, like I said earlier, like a lot of comedy, I think the best comedy comes from tragedy.
Yes.
And I mean, like, it's always about the perspective on life. Like, I know you said you really like Chappelle, and if you listen to a lot of his stuff, just like kind of just like look past the joke, you realize that like this is a perspective of what he's viewing in the world.
Yes.
May not be entirely his opinion, but like it's just or how he feels entirely about it. But because I think the one time he really expressed himself was the one he did during COVID where he was outside. That one was not funny. Not in the sense that like he bombed, like in the sense that was the first time I ever seen him express true anger while on stage.
Yeah.
He was just like, you know, like I don't need to hide this behind a fucking joke. Like this is
Yeah.
fucking bullshit.
Oh, that's the one where he was like in his hometown.
I think
Where
so.
he lives like now. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it was in his hometown. It was outside, like in a tent or something like that. And this was during like the
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
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 So
That was a good show. Yeah, but you're right. I think he was
I didn't see that one.
yeah,
he was outside like in the I guess like the little suburb where he grew up in.
something like that. Yeah.
And I guess he still lives there or
Yeah.
like near it. And he like worked it out with the people, like, you know, was it outside? I think it was outside,
It
right?
was
Yeah,
outside.
because it was like COVID. I think.
Yeah.
going on.
And everybody was like spread out. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
I was trying to figure out what to do during COVID because nobody had any guidance and nobody knew what to fucking do.
No, I
Chappelle
remember,
did.
Yeah, Chappelle.
Dave Chappelle did.
I've done like back when COVID was going on, they had like comedy shows on Zoom.
Really?
Yeah, I've done a few, and I was just like, "This
Was that
is-
awkward?
Yeah, it was awkward as hell, man. It was so awkward.
So like, what? Like, how many people were in the Zoom meeting? Chat.
It was a
meet or
bunch of people, but like I had to like have at the time I had my cousin and one of my friends come by, and I was just like, "Hey, come by. I need like a real life audience." But it was weird, man. It was yeah, I didn't really like it. I was like, I don't care how high I am. This is weird. Yeah.
Perspective of them. And
Yeah. I'm like, I don't know if they're laughing. I don't know what's going on. I'm just gonna keep going, you know. But
Got my Friday night Zoom comedy show.
What's it called? Whoops.
Oh, Comics Unleashed. I don't know.
It will be if you're nasty.
Oh,
That's a tour.
that would have been
That's a
good.
tour right there.
How many of those shows did you end up doing?
not too many because I didn't like it. I was just like, yeah, I did like maybe 2 or like 3, I think, and I was just like, I'm not doing this again. Fuck that. I'll just write. Let me just get high and write a bunch of new shit. I'm not doing this. Mm-mm.
Like, how do you get booked for stuff? Do you do it yourself, or do you have like a manager? And they
I
reach
do it
out
myself.
to you? Oh, okay.
No, I do it myself. I'll just reach out to people, or people reach out to me, or people see me on a show, and then we kind of just network. So that's pretty much it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's what you got to do it. A little word of mouth, right?
Yeah.
Right.
For sure, man.
So where can we find? Like, you're on TikTok, right? Are you on TikTok or no? You're on Snapchat.
I'm on Snapchat. I'm on IG, but I'm kind of on TikTok and I'm kind of not. Like, I haven't made the plunge yet. Like, I know I need to, but I just feel some type of way,
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I know, and it's like I don't know. I'm just a little weird.
I
I
can't
hate.
get into that.
I'm bad with social media. Like I really have like a hard time editing things. Like I'm barely learning how to use this new car. You know what I'm saying? Like you want me to download TikTok and learn how to edit things and do all this? Like Like I'm simple, man. I'm real simple. But I would say IG is the best place to find me.
What's your IG handle?
It's I am funny ha.
Okay.
That's my IG handle. I am funny ha. Not Han, ha. H-A, all right?
What is it, George? What is it?
I am funny, huh?
Oh, okay.
At IG.
Yep.
What's his name, Albert?
George's?
No, what's her name?
Nah.
There you go. There you go.
Programmed. It's embedded.
What else is going on in your life, Nana? What can you tell us? What's going on?
Tell you, man, just just trying to figure out where I'm gonna go next on my next. Like, I like to go at least once a year out of the country somewhere, but like, I like to go to third world countries because I usually feel rich over there. No, I'm joking.
Don't we all?
Yeah,
You like traveling?
I do. I love traveling. I love traveling to like more like South America. Like I've been like last year I went to Egypt. It was very interesting, especially being a lesbian in Egypt. Let me tell you, that's
Wow.
I know, right? Yeah, it was a little Twilighty.
So what did you come across there in Egypt? Like, what did you like? How did that make you? You know, what was the, I guess, the vibe there?
It was interesting. It was very like male dominated. Like you saw a lot of men everywhere, and so like I was like, this is weird.
Everybody's
Like
in
my
on-
hotel's all men. Where's the women? There's not one woman. Like what the fuck? Like it felt very Twilighty, you know. Like I was just like, there's not one girl.
You know what? It's funny that you say that because I got a cousin. He's in the military. He's still active, and he told me the same thing too. I think he was near like Egypt around there, but he was like, yeah, they invited us to a party, and you know these are like U.S. Soldiers, whatever. They thought they were going to like a party where there was
Yeah.
going to be women and all that,
it's
and he was
all
like,
dudes.
nah, bro, we went there and it was all like only the
Soft
dudes.
girls.
Hanging
Have
out.
fun.
Yeah, yes, you said it. It was very sausagey out there.
And I was like,
very sausage. I was like, it's weird.
yeah, that's what he thought it was too. Because he was like, there was nobody else was here. They like all the men were having fun with each other. They were having a blast. There was, you know, because it's
Yeah.
male dominated.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, it's just their culture.
Their culture,
They
yeah.
keep their
Yeah.
women at home and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I was covered up, so I was good because you know I don't really dress very revealing, so like that was cool. They were like, nah, they're like, you dress so good, you so dress so good. I'm like, cause I'm gay, bitch. Like you know, like it was really culture shock because like when I went over there, I had dropped something and I went to pick it up and I picked it up like I normally do, like just like squatting down and grabbing it, and right away the guy, like one of our friends, he was like, no, don't do that, like I get up, I'll do it. And I'm like, what? And I was like, why is he tripping? And I'm like, oh my god, I bent down, my legs open, like that was not ladylike. And then I was like, oh no, they're gonna know I'm gay. Like and again, at this point this is the hashish, because you know they hooked it up with the hashish out there. But I was just like, oh my god, I was like, I gotta act straight as possible. Like it was hard. It was very hard. Let me tell you.
I love men.
Wow.
Yeah, like hey, like it was.
Hey, you have a penis.
Yeah, so do I. But it was interesting. It was fun. It was nice to see the pyramids and all that. But it was
Yeah.
very interesting. I felt like I was back in like the closet. You know, it's like I
Oh,
was trying
wow.
to hide myself. Like I don't want them to find out.
How
When
long
they
were you
find
there
out.
for?
Oh man, I was there for like 7 days. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So it was cool. I liked the experience, but man, yeah, it was just funny. The whole time I was like, oh my god, they're gonna find that I'm gay. They're gonna know. What am I gonna do? Like, and that's just me being me, you know, me being high and paranoid. You know,
How was the food out there?
like shit, I might have to suck a dick to get out of this. Get it away! I did not, but
Luckily,
like, right.
dodge that bullet.
I'm gonna just throw these. You know, this podcast.
Out of curiosity, so my dad was over in Egypt as well.
Yeah.
Out of curiosity, how's the traffic out there? Because
Oh
my dad
my
was saying that like in,
Dude, okay.
in madness.
I don't know. So I didn't drive out there, but when our friends were driving, I was in the car and I'm like, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna fucking die today. Every time I felt like I was gonna die. There's no lanes. Like people get in where they fit in. Literally, like if you see a little gap, your car, you're gonna make your way in there, and if you don't move, you're crashing. Like that's how it was over there. Like people are like beeping all day. It's just traffic is horrible over there. Like people complain about this here. We got it good over there. It is horrible. But the interesting is, I did see like where like I think a car had like kind of like landed on its side, and like people out there like they got out and flipped it over. Like so that is a cool thing
And
about
they went
that.
on their way again.
Yeah, and they went on their way again. Like it's like over here, people are like watching, taking pictures. They ain't even fucking helping. But over there, there's like a village. They're like, hey, we got you. Let's
Move the
go.
fuck out the way.
Yeah, exactly. Let's go. Yeah, no, it's interesting how they drive. But I did go to Colombia last year, and that was probably one of my favorite trips. Like,
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Fun.
Mm-hmm. Very fun. Very fun.
Nana had fun out there.
Yeah.
I was thinking about going to Colombia.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah. I was actually planning on going to Colombia earlier this month, but I ain't got no money.
Well, yeah, I went when like COVID was still COVID-ish, you know. Like I was planning my trips when the prices were low. I was like,
Nice.
it's like if I get COVID, oh well, you know.
Worth it. At least I got a deep discount.
Yeah, exactly.
And an additional 5 days.
Yeah, exactly.
There was this one clip I saw. This guy was like, he was saying that he likes to travel after something terrible happens in the country because airfare is so low.
Yes,
So it'll be like,
true.
so he's like, if there's a
It's so
terrorist
true.
attack somewhere in Turkey,
Right.
he's like, right after that attack, he's like, I'm going. He goes, and
Ooh.
flights are so cheap. He's
That's
like,
smart.
he's like, he goes on tours, and like, he's the only one on the tour.
Wow, I
To-
would do that.
To the place that's been attacked, or to the place where there's some.
Yeah, some sort of tragedy.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Wow,
And
that's
then it's
interesting.
Like perfect time.
It's not as
Head up.
bad though. That's the thing. Like people, like when I was going on my trips, like my family would be like, "Oh my God, why are you going to Egypt? They don't like gays and Americans." And then, like, "Oh, you going to Colombia? They're gonna kidnap you." I'm like, "Who? Why?" That was
Yeah.
like, this is not that. Like, it's not like that. Like that's why I like traveling because it's like, haha, I survived. Look at, you know. It's not that bad.
I'm back.
Yeah.
I'm back, bitch.
I'm back, bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Although when I came back from Colombia, they like searched me. Like they went through everything, and I was paranoid because I didn't have anything on me. But you know, like anytime I go in TSA, I get paranoid, especially when they have to pat me down. It's just the nature of being nervous. And my friend's like, "Bitch, you didn't bring weed, did you?" I'm like, "No, why would I bring weed back home? Like, especially Colombian weed. It's not that good. I've had it. Man, it's not that good." But it was funny because I'm like, "What the fuck? Why are they taking my shoes out and the sole out? Like, oh my God."
Wow.
Yeah, they were really
check everything.
they do. They didn't check me on the way in. They checked me on the way out. I was like, what? They probably thought I was taking cocaine or something, but that wasn't happening. I took coffee and candy. That's it.
So when I went to what's it called, Louisiana, New Orleans.
They got good food over there.
Oh, they do. Oh,
That
my
is.
God. I actually do want to go back over there.
I went during COVID and when Mardi Gras was canceled, and my shit was like cheap as fuck.
There you go.
Hell yeah.
But when I went over there, so I flew out there, right?
Yeah.
Both going over there and coming back, I was a target of a search both times.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know what it was. Like, so I don't remember the first time, but like they just kind of pulled me off to the side. You know, it's just a little profiling.
I was gonna say, you say you don't know why. I was gonna say, well,
And then the second time, because I had a coffee can in one of my bags. and
Okay.
it came up on the
Yeah.
search. So of course, you know, they pulled me off to the side.
Yeah.
I almost got the fucking white glove treatment.
Oh, wow. That's that chon chon right there.
my nalgas just clinched.
It did a little bit, but because they were looking at the can, they were opening up. They actually wanted to open up, like break the seal and everything. And I'm like, bro, it's just coffee. Like,
Yeah, that's
you can't just run it through the scan again and just see.
right.
But yeah, my dad always gets the white glove treatment.
Always.
Always.
Maybe he likes it.
Oh.
He
Oh
requests
no, I
it.
got beeped again.
I don't know.
You have
Like-
big hands.
I don't fly Spirit. They don't offer the white glove service.
They just go in bareback.
Yeah, it's too expensive. The gloves are too expensive.
Especially now after COVID.
Yeah.
Hour 16.
Oh, you want to wrap up?
Your call.
I'm not the one running this show. That's you.
Oh, we're still kicking it.
All right, cool.
Yeah, no, I haven't been to anywhere. Like, I think I've been to Jamaica. I've been to Mexico, Canada, but I haven't really traveled to that many places. Sounds like fun, man.
Yeah, I want to go to Thailand next.
I want to see Japan.
Yeah. Yes. Absolutely, Asia.
My sister-in-law goes there all the time, for obvious reasons, because she's
Japan?
Japanese. She's Japan. She's Japanese.
Was she born there?
Yeah, she was born there.
Oh,
Yeah, she grew up there. That's where my brother met her
gotcha.
when he was in the Marines. I think I was talking about this with you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you
you
were.
did.
Before the show started.
Yeah. So yeah, my brother met his wife in Japan. So
Mm.
I got two half Japanese, half Puerto Rican kids named Nana and Eliseo.
Nana, another Nana.
Yep, another Nana. Except
Nice.
it's not Adriana,
Popular
it's
name.
Nanami.
Oh,
But,
nice.
yeah.
Yeah, I want to see Japan. Japan sounds like so. It just seems like such a cool place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of technology.
Why Thailand?
Well, I really like Buddhism, like a lot of that. Like when I was in college, I took a lot of philosophy classes, and I really like just reading that stuff. That stuff like helps me mentally, but
I agree.
the stuff that I kind of live by too, like the ways of it. I'm not like 100%, but I do like that stuff, and also weed is legal there now. So, like 2 years ago or a year ago, it wasn't. All my friends were like, "You don't want to go. You can't smoke weed. They don't play about it. Broken down palace. You're gonna end up like those bitches in that."
Oh my god.
Yeah, and I was like, "Man, you're right, but fuck, I don't care, But now it's legal, and I'm like, shit, let's go. I want to go more so than ever. So I would love to. I am. Hopefully, in 2 years, going there.
You travel with like the same people, the same group every time?
No.
Okay.
I usually like travel with whoever can go. If that makes sense.
Okay. Yeah, yeah.
Because like I would
Hans, you're not going with Nana anywhere. Not right now.
As far as I know.
no, but traveling is you got to be careful who you go with. Because like I don't know. Sometimes people are funny. Like when you travel with someone, you got to know them. If they're fucking weird, they're gonna piss you off on that trip.
Yeah.
And you're in another
Yeah,
country.
yeah.
It's like ooh.
Can't have no OCD.
On the trip and in the hotel.
Yeah.
Hey, you can't have no OCD motherfuckers going with you.
Yeah.
Hell no.
Torture chambers.
Yeah.
He's gonna open up his duffel bags and plastic rolls in there.
Adriana,
He's gonna have all the gloves and shit,
I need help burying this body.
all the alcohol pads.
Just laying out his instruments. just
Yeah.
Neatly.
And,
Roll
like,
them out.
I went to Amsterdam. I don't know if you guys ever been there, but
How's Amsterdam?
Amsterdam is like the way it's set up is like a circle. The blocks are like circles, and I would get lost over there. Like every time I'd go in a circle, because over here the streets are straight, but over there the streets are
like
like
a
in a
grid.
circle, so you get fucking lost.
Also, it's kind of like Riverside a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my. Yeah. Man, you hit it on the button. I've gotten lost in Riverside on high rides. I'm
I
like,
think
oh my
everyone,
god, how we
unless
get out
you
of
live in
here?
Riverside, I think everyone just gets lost in Riverside.
Yes. Yes. That is real. That is real.
Absolutely. That's where I go to ride my bike.
Riverside?
Yeah, because I get lost, and then like I'm forced to keep going until I figure out.
I'll get mad.
Figure
I'm
a
like,
way
fuck
out.
this.
Same here. I'll probably get mad. I'll just call an Uber.
Yeah. I'm like, fuck
Leave my bike
this.
on the floor.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Hey, I'm with you, man. I'm fucking getting Uber too. Fuck that.
Blame it on the bike.
Yeah.
Fucking bike.
Fuck the
Yeah.
bike.
Yep.
Stupid Schwinn. What draws you to Buddhism?
I like how it teaches you patience, and I know me. I'm not a patient person, so it's something that I really need, and I work on every day. So I like how it's just kind of like learning how to deal with every day, like learning how to just be okay,
Yeah.
So
Do you practice it at all, or you just?
no, I meditate and all that. I definitely practice it. Like I'm not like 100%. I don't go to like the temple and shit, but my temple's at home. So, but I do read a lot about it. I like it, like Taoism and all that for sure.
Gotcha. What about philosophy? Like, is there any particular philosophy that you resonate
Taoism.
with?
Taoism is a philosophy, so is Buddhism. No?
Yeah.
Yeah, like one of my favorite quotes is an unexamined life is a life not worth living.
Yes.
That's one of my favorite.
Socrates, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Socrates. Yeah. One of my favorite quotes, I believe, is from Seneca. Accept failure. No, accept success without arrogance, and accept failure with indifference. So,
Yeah.
That's a good one. I don't have any quotes for you guys.
give me that chon chon.
I'll quote the shit out some movies. Yeah. Yeah. Japan. I'm half Colombian.
Are you?
Yeah, and I've never been to Colombia. I don't know. I never met my father.
Well, he's probably over there. No, I'm joking.
No, actually, I'm pretty sure he's in the area. Never met him.
Okay.
Never.
Really, George?
Yeah.
Like of this area?
Not here. I'm Wood Park.
Oh, it's a little bit off, but I mean that's not too far.
Yeah, that area.
I would definitely go for you. It's a good time. It's a good time.
Yeah, that and I've always been kind of wanting to see what is it called
The
Dominican
Pablo.
Republic. Oh, sorry.
No, you're fine. You've been playing footsies with me.
I know.
It's
Sorry,
cool.
it's 'cause
I'm like, I keep schooling and he keeps going. I'm like, I don't know.
my bad.
Brazil's always been my.
Like I taped my boobs down. I thought I did a good job. I guess I didn't.
That's it. That's it. Yeah, I always wanted to visit Brazil. Well, we know.
Oh,
Yeah, we know some people
yeah.
that moved to Brazil.
Yeah.
So we've like been invited.
Oh.
Like, oh, you could stay at our house.
You should
Are you gonna
totally go.
Yeah. What'd you say, George?
Are you gonna go?
Yeah, maybe one day we'll go. But yeah, we know somebody that's there. They built a home there.
Wow.
But that's always been like my dream vacation. Go to
Brazil?
Brazil. Yeah.
You should definitely go.
Yeah.
That's a place I want to go for Carnaval though.
Oh yeah, yeah,
That
yeah.
would be cool.
Yeah, for sure.
But that would probably be super expensive, right?
Probably.
Right.
I could just imagine. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they live like I don't know like what the like how that festival is.
Yeah.
But I think they live like a few miles from where like it all happens.
Oh,
So they're like in the area of it. Yeah.
oh, so it's always in the same place.
I think so. Right? I mean, yeah. I don't think it's like what do you mean like it goes around the
Yeah, I
different.
thought it was like some big parade, and it's always in the same place. Like I thought it was different places every time, or like maybe
I mean, it could
was
be.
celebrated everywhere.
But I think when we were talking about it, they were like, "Oh yeah, it doesn't. It happens like not too far away from where they live."
Nah, me and Nana were just kind of looking at it like, oh, we don't
I don't know.
I don't know.
Now, if it's like Mexico, they do Carnaval at every rancho. So maybe, I don't know. That's how they do it
Yeah.
over there.
Yeah,
I'll
like,
be there in November. this coming on November, I'll be
What
there.
part?
San Luis Potosí.
Shut up.
Nah, for real. Don't tell me you're from there. Is your family from there?
Well, my grandma, on my dad's side is from there. Yeah.
Really? That's interesting.
But I've never been there because she was an orphan. So
Oh, okay.
so she really grew up. I'm more familiar with Matamoros by the border.
Okay, okay.
Mhm.
But yeah,
That's
that's where we go visit. And I'll be there. So I can't wait to get out of here,
oh,
out of the country.
you don't like Chicago all of a sudden?
No, I love Chicago, but I mean that's gonna be like my vacation for the year. Like,
That's
you know,
it?
that's gonna be like getting out. That's what our plan
nice.
is.
Got all
Are you
years,
driving?
so-
Or are you flying?
Nah, flying, bro.
Mm.
Hell no. I have driven there,
Oh,
dude.
it's the worst. I've
I
never
just-
done it. I just know a lot of Mexicans that have.
Yeah, they like that's like I hear
Like,
stories.
why you gone for a month? Because it takes us a week to get there, bitch, and another week to get back. I'm like,
My
damn.
neighbor's like that. She always drives down.
Yeah,
to Mexico.
yeah. I don't know how
and
they
then she's
do
just
that.
gone for like 3 months.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Wow.
But I driven over there.
I was always jealous of my friends that did that in grammar school. I'm like, "Bah, how come we can't go to the homeland like that? I want to go to the motherland." He's like, "We ain't got nothing over there." I'm like, "Shit, all right. You were born here. I forgot.
They
Fuck."
got a ranch over there. We ain't got fucking shit.
Yeah, I know. I was like, why can't we have a summer home?
When I drove over there, it was me, my wife, and our little dog,
Oh, wow.
and we drove into Mexico.
How long did it take? Did you
It-
guys switch or did you drive the whole way?
No, we switched. It takes probably like nonstop. It's probably like a 3 day from
3
here.
days?
Non-stop? No way.
From here to San Luis. No, we stopped. It was a while though. It was a while ago. But I remember we started like on Friday and we got there like Monday in like early Monday, like 1 a.m, like on a Monday.
Damn, that was a whole weekend.
Damn.
Yeah, and we were with the little dog. Yeah, because we stopped. We had a walker.
Weren't
A
you
few-
cramped up?
Yeah,
when
bro.
I'm just thinking, like, man, you got to be like, "Ugh,"
Yeah.
you were sober. That sucks.
We followed like my in-laws in there.
So you were trailing in another car?
Yeah, and they were just like, you know how it is when you get to like the checkpoints.
Yeah.
because everything's like by lights.
Yes,
I guess if you
yes.
like if you hit like a yellow or like
gotta get
you gotta
inspected,
stop.
yeah.
Yeah. And my father-in-law was just like, if that thing's green, you fucking haul ass. You go like as fast as I am. We were going like 60 through that
Through the
little
border.
yeah, and then
Mm.
yes, because he was like, if we get stopped, they're gonna like tear this vehicle apart, thinking we got something, but we didn't.
I think it's more suspicious. If
Yeah.
you drive fast through it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
That's what I thought too, but he was like, no, because you don't want to catch that light.
Mm.
You know,
3 days though. I've heard
Like
people
two-
going like, because I don't know who it was. It was like an uncle of mine or somebody. He was talking about he went with another friend or a brother, one of my other uncles, but like they make it there in like less than a day and a half.
Yeah, same. I've heard that.
Yeah, they'll
too.
just kind of swap.
Well, I think we stopped. We stopped one night.
Definitely
you
stopped.
saw the
a few
you saw
times.
the sights.
You definitely stopped
Yeah.
a few times.
Yeah, well, I had to stop because of my dog. I had to like,
Yeah.
let her out and stuff.
But you did you stop somewhere and then like see the sights a little bit or?
No, once we got into like Mexico, we just kept going.
Yeah, I would too. Shit.
Yeah, we just kept going
Fuck
till
yeah, you don't wanna stop.
till we, you know.
Keep going.
Yeah, we just. But before that, we had stopped. I think we stopped one night in Texas, actually.
Hmm.
Now that I recall, I think it's like a 2-day drive, not a 3-day drive.
Oh, okay.
I think
Yeah,
be
that makes
exact. That sounds like
Yeah,
more.
like a day
Yeah,
and a half.
yeah.
Yeah, last time I went there, I was there in last November, and that was the first time that I drove out there because I rented a car. I didn't want
What
rides. My family's from Michoacan.
Hey.
Yeah. So we stopped at Guadalajara. Well, I stopped at Guadalajara, and then I drove from Guadalajara to Michoacan. But before I drove, when I was picking up the rental, the dude was like, "Don't." He's like, "Are you gonna drive right now?" Because I arrived at night,
Mm-hmm.
and the guy's like, "Are you gonna drive right now?" I go, "Well, yeah, probably." He goes, "Don't do it." He goes, "Don't drive at night." He goes, "If you're gonna go down to Michoacan, just wait till it's daylight."
Wow.
Oh, shit. Yeah. Because of the
Yeah.
the narcos and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, it's my dog
We're
freaking
trying
out.
to get attention again.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's nice out there, man. Oh, sorry about that.
No, you're fine. I understand.
Let me go check out.
What brings you your love for animals?
Not being able to have any as a kid, you know, like my it's funny. My uncle, R.I.P. Theo Rudy, Pajaro. My uncle used to. He was an alcoholic, right? But when he would live with us, with me and my dad and my brothers, he would bring home like stray animals, and I always wanted to keep them, but my dad wouldn't let us. But he would sneak them in. I'm like, I got a cat. So like ever since I was a kid, my uncle always had animals around, and my grandma used to have birds back in the day. So I just like my aunt who I was really close with. She always had a lot of animals too. So just that, like just growing up around animals, to be honest, is what made me love them more. And plus, they're not kids, so I'm cool with that. I could lock them up in a cage. You know, like it's a lesbian thing. You know, you gotta have a bunch of animals. You know, like it's just that's
You
just
can't
what
leave
it
a
is.
peep head out for a kid.
Yeah.
I mean, you could,
Yeah.
but
You could, but yeah.
it's usually frowned upon.
Yeah. I have my pets, most of them. Well, just 3 of them tattooed on me. So
Oh, really?
Oh, that's cool.
yeah.
Are they ones that are they the ones that passed away?
No, they're alive.
Oh, well, no, the ones that you got tattooed on you.
Yeah, they're
Okay,
alive.
got it.
Yeah, no, I like to tattoo things of me, and like I have a lot of tattoos, but I like tattoos of people that are not dead yet. Like, I mean, I get it. Like people like to tattoo faces of animals and the R.I.P. But nah, I want to enjoy them now. You know, like
I usually get tattoos of people who are already dead. I only
Yeah.
got 2 tattoos about people who are dead. So
oh yeah,
one was my mother-in-law, and the other one is what's it called? My best friend Robert.
You got a tattoo of your mother-in-law, or
Yes.
like
something,
like
a
a
remembrance. of your-
name or a picture. Or,
It's in dedication to her. So
Oh,
it's,
okay.
the one on my leg is not finished yet.
Okay.
But it just says Memento Mori, and it's got the dead man's hand on there.
Okay.
Because she was a gambler.
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
So what's it called? That was in dedication to her.
Yeah.
And then the other one is what's it called? A guitar on my shoulder.
Nice.
For Robert. Yeah.
Yeah, I have like a weed jungle. I have like big sativa leaves, you know, because they're really long and narrow. And then I have like my cats peeking in it, so like they're guarding my
That's cute,
jungle
actually.
weed. And then my dog's right here, like just looking all cute. And then I have like a big Aries tattoo because I'm like that, you know. And then I have like over here, I have something, a phrase I kind of like say to myself every day. It's breathe, believe, achieve, you know. So, because I feel like you got to breathe. You gotta believe in that shit and just achieve it, you know. So yeah, I love tattoos. If I want more, I want a lot. Like I want to get hood with it and just have them all over my neck and shit. But
How do you feel about face tattoos?
yeah, I don't know about that. You know, like I'm not into it. Not for me. Like I'm like, if I was ugly and I wanted to hide my ugliness, yeah, I'll get face tattoos all day. Like hide this ugly bitch face. But I mean, I look pretty good, so I'm gonna leave my face alone. But if I was ugly, I'd get tattoos on my face for sure.
Rare occasion I ever see somebody with a face tattoo that actually looks good.
It's true. They're hiding the ugly.
I mean, like the tattoo itself, like on their face. Like I never really see. It's a rare occasion.
Yeah, that's true. Only
face
Mike
tattoo.
Tyson. It only looks good on him, I think.
Yeah.
I have to
Yeah.
agree.
That's the
that
only
tattoo
guy.
was grown on me at first. Like I was kind of like, that's fucking. Stupid.
Yeah, but
After
now
a while, now it's just become a signature
yes,
look for him.
it is.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, you know what, Mike?
Yeah, he
It's
rocks.
not so bad.
Yeah.
I can see it now. A couple years later, but I can see it.
Yeah.
I can see it. I see it's not coming off, so I'm gonna accept what the fuck is on your face, right? So
He was the original with the face tat.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was.
At least he's not an ice cream cone like what's his face.
What's his face? The rapper, right?
Oh,
It's not Ghostface. It's somebody. Birdman.
No.
no, it's not
Gucci Mane?
Gucci
Gucci
Man.
Mane. There we go.
Yeah,
Gucci Man. But you know, they interviewed him and they asked him about that, and he said that he would never like
Get it.
encourage anybody to get that.
Yeah.
He was very high when that happened.
Yeah.
Of course he was.
He was.
You know, he's like, this is the worst
Man,
decision
listen
that
to
I
his
ever
songs,
made.
you
You
know?
know?
He's like, bitch, you know?
Lick my ice cream cone.
Yeah.
If you had to get a face tat, what would it be?
Man, if I had to get a face tat, damn.
It's an altar boy.
That's a great
It's an
question.
altar.
Boy.
It's an altar.
Altar boy?
An
man.
altar boy, bro.
Damn. It'd probably be like a Oompa Loompa, maybe. I don't know.
Oh my god! From which movie?
Oh,
One with
original.
the Gene Wilder or the Johnny Depp
The
one?
Gene Wilder one.
In an altar boy uniform.
Yeah, we could do that. We could do that.
That's
yeah.
hilarious.
Yeah.
They're making that movie again, though.
They are.
They are?
Yeah, they're
They're
doing
making
another.
another one again.
Yeah, with
Nah.
the kid from Dune.
Oh, you're right.
They're saying that
Really?
He's gonna be Charlie. No, or is he
Willy
gonna
Wonka.
be
He's
Willy
gonna be
Wonka?
Willy Wonka.
Yeah.
They need to leave that movie alone.
Yeah,
Like-
Like I don't like
Redone
when
and
they
redone
remake a
again.
lot of movies. I don't like. It's like leave the '80s movies alone. Don't fucking remake them. If these motherfuckers want to watch them, then tell them to fucking look at the '80s
Right.
section of the fucking Netflix and watch
But it
them.
looks so old.
Man, some of the best movies. are
blurry.
those. I love those movies. Man, my favorite movie was one of those. I don't know if you guys remember this, but Big Trouble in Little China. Do you guys remember?
Oh, yeah. With Kurt
Classic.
Russell.
Like that's a classic, and they never remade that one.
Yeah.
And it's like you can't.
Yeah, you
I don't think you
Now that
can.
you put it out there, some asshole's gonna hear it. He's
Well,
going, hey, you know what? That's a great idea.
If they're gonna
Let's
remake it, put me in it. I want to be in it. Whatever. I'll be the old little viejito. I got the hair like. I've always wanted to be a
nails.
man in a
Got dirty
movie.
nails,
Yeah, I'll do it. Shit. Fuck. I'll put them fake ass nails. Like, you know, I got you. Yeah, fucking hell yeah, I love that movie.
That's a
just bring
badass
them.
movie.
It is. It is. I love watching it. I watch it over and over.
I got a recommendation
Wow.
for something to watch.
What?
Wow.
The Last of Us.
Oh,
Oh,
the
that's
show.
good. Yeah,
That-
I'm watching it.
There you go.
Yeah.
Episode 3's tonight, and that movie, that series it's good.
Yeah, no, it's good.
It's good.
I want to wait till the series is over before I watch it. But if the movie is anything like the game, I already know it's gonna be fucking depressing as fuck.
yeah, it's true.
That
That's very
game,
true.
that game was depressing. Like,
Yeah.
I swear to God, like the entire game, like even when you
Wasn't
have when you even have a high moment there,
Yeah.
like it's just like, oh, let's just shit on that.
Yeah, yeah, I remember.
Even when you like finished the game, you didn't feel like you won.
So are you a gamer then? If you no, but but have you played that game?
Well, because my nephews.
Oh,
my
okay,
they're
okay.
fucking gamers. I mean, the only gaming I did was like, what is it, PlayStation? Like the black one back in the day, the ones you'd burn the CD copies, like
PS2.
Grand Theft Auto. That's just, I only like Grand Theft Auto because you could like pick up holes and smoke weed and play your own soundtrack. I was like, this is
Like,
about
oh,
as
this
close.
resonates
This
with
is
me.
about as close as I'm gonna get to being a dude right now. So it really happens in real life, But fuck.
What was that code that, like, remember the code that they brought out and it was like hot coffee? There was a chick naked in there. Do you remember that?
Oh,
Really?
that was,
Yeah, there was a-
No clue.
So that was for San Andreas. That was actually a hack.
Yeah.
Oh.
What's it called? Because the original hot coffee scene, like you don't see what happens. You just see him walk into the house with the girl. You hear the moaning, and then afterwards he comes out. And there might be some comments about like how big his dick is or something like that, or how great the sex was. But what's it called?
You put the up, down, left, right, and you got the whole scene.
There was a hack, I think, for either the PC version or what's it called, the PlayStation version of it, where like you saw the entire scene. You could actually even like it became a mini game even.
Yeah. No, you know what? It was part of the console because I remember somebody like saying they had to like pull all the.
Wow.
They did, yeah.
Yeah.
So, what's their faces? Rockstar. They
Yeah.
ended up having to pull the entire scene out.
Yeah.
I mean, I love that game, but yeah, I'm not a huge video gamer.
Okay, I thought maybe you were a gamer because you kind of were like,
No.
No.
I'll play sports more than anything. Like I'll do.
oh, what you got, Madden?
No, I mean like sports and like.
Oh, you play like real
She
sports.
touches grass.
Yeah. And not only do I smoke it. you know,
She runs on it.
yeah.
So what's your like favorite sport to play?
My favorite sport to play probably like just like bowling. I like bowling.
Oh, that's
a
cool.
sport.
Yeah,
I was on
yeah,
a bowling
yeah.
team. All right, I was on a bowling team back in the day. Like I was a bowler.
That's cool.
That was the way to my dad to get us all babysat for free. He was like, "Y'all are gonna go bowling in this little league while I sit at the bar." Okay, so
Are you a
Work.
bowler? Do you bowl?
I've bowled before, but no, I
Not
never
like
was
that.
in a league.
Oh, okay. How about you, Hans?
No. I was in a league by accident once.
wow.
I accident.
So
work?
my
They were called the Altar Boys.
so long story short, my ex-wife gets invited to bowling with a group of friends, and they were like, "Yeah, it's gonna be a weekly thing. That you're gonna be there, and what's it called? You just gotta pay a fee up front, and then you just hang out and bowl or whatever, right?" So
Yeah.
that's what she has in her mind. That it's just a social gathering, right? So she asked if I want to join. I was like, "Yeah, sure, why not?" So let's do it. So it was me, one of her coworkers, and the coworker's ex, and my ex-wife at the time.
She was all ex.
Yeah, they're all ex.
Yeah, well, now they are, but at the time we were couples.
Were they magnets?
What do you mean?
Like magnets on the fridge?
No, no. But what's it called? So then when we got there, the lady's explaining us the rules and saying who we're competing against.
Yeah.
And then that's when we realized, like, oh shit, we signed up for a fucking league.
Yeah.
This is a league game.
Wow.
So we obviously had to be dedicated for a few months.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a few months. You're right.
You guys just rolled with it.
We just rolled with it. I mean, we didn't do terrible, but we weren't great either. The only professional bowler was her coworker's ex. That was the only professional bowler that was on the team because he did compete.
Wow.
Before. And he knew right away it was a league game when he walked in. He was like, "Yeah, this is a league game. Like, what are you talking about? Like, no, we're just having fun. Like, no, you guys are in a league."
Wow. That's here.
Yeah. So
And that's why it didn't work.
no, it didn't work.
Yeah.
We had a ball, and then we also got yelled at once because I didn't know there was a certain etiquette on the bowling lanes. Like you don't roll at the same time as someone else.
Yeah, you don't do that. You did that?
I did it and I got yelled at. Well, I don't know if it was me or my ex-wife that did it. One of us did it.
Yeah,
But the lane next over just yelled at us and we're like, "Yeah, you guys can't roll when like I'm rolling."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Oh, sorry."
That's a real thing, man. They get a little gangster in there with it.
Oh, they do. What's it called?
And it's funny because they're usually very old people, and you're like, what? And you're like,
Yeah. So my ex-wife apparently like used the guy's rag on a house ball. He was like, "Don't fucking use my rag on a house
Yeah.
ball."
Oh, shit.
You get a little yeah, I'm telling you.
I mean, they get really fucking. Those bowlers get really fucking serious, man. Like,
They do. That's the only time they get to go out. That's why.
probably.
That's why all that pinned up energy, you know what I'm saying?
They
So
just
they
take
take
it
it
out
out.
in the
Yup. Yup.
Just like a dart league too. They're pretty serious about that stuff, right?
You do darts?
No,
Oh.
no.
I don't know either. I don't do that.
I had an uncle who used to get trophies and stuff. He was really into it.
Yeah, I'm not good at darts. Mm-mm.
Darts, pool.
Me either.
I love pool. I suck at it, but I love.
Yeah, I'm not good at pool.
No,
either.
I'm not that
terrible
good
at
at
it.
pool.
I got.
It's so
hustled.
fun.
I got hustled in a pool game once. That was good times. So, my dad had an army buddy named Barney. and we went to Panama City, and he lived in Georgia, so he ended up meeting us out over there to just kind of reunite with my dad. Me, my dad, and him went out to a bar, and I was playing pool with him, Barney, that is, right? So we're playing, and he beats me every time, right? And then I think by the fourth game, he was just like, all right, I'm gonna be all right. This last game here, mind you, he's fucking 12 beers in at this point. The guy's swaying back and forth. He's like, all right, this last game doesn't matter what the score is right now. If you win, you're champion of Panama City. I don't give a fuck. So I'm like, okay, fine. So he's like, all right, go ahead, break. So I'm like, okay. So I go over there and I fucking break. I didn't make anything in. The guy fucking clears the fucking table.
Damn.
And then I come to finding out that this guy used to play $100 a game when he was in the army.
Got.
Yep. And I was just like, well, thank God I wasn't fucking playing money against you. You hustled me like fucking crazy. So.
Yeah, I haven't been bowling forever.
We went a few weeks ago, so yeah, it is an enjoyable sport. I do like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun. Maybe one day we could meet up on the lanes.
Oh my God, yeah, let's go.
You know, what's your handicap? What is it? What's the lingo for bowling? I don't even know what it is.
I'm not too sure either. It's been a couple years, but
all I know is just don't try to
strike. I just know you got to get the strike.
yeah, you want to get
don't
the
claim
strike.
you roll a 300.
But I'm gonna tell you one. I'm gonna tell you one thing. We were not doing proper etiquette because we were rolling when the next people next to us were rolling.
But you went on a non-league day, right?
Yeah.
So
I guess I don't know. Friday night we went.
Yeah.
Don't like some assholes.
Yeah. If you're going on a Friday night, you're not there going for bowling etiquette. At that point, you're just going to get fucked up and go bowling.
Yeah.
So.
Which brings me to my next question. So if you're in a tournament, do they allow you to have a beer during?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah,
People
yeah,
are
yeah.
drinking
It's
the
not
whole time.
it's not like that.
No.
Yeah, no, they're not gonna drug test you.
That's why I like bowling. It's a very
They're not-
socializing
Yeah.
sport.
I mean,
They're not testing you for peds.
as far as I know,
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's just you just roll and
they don't care.
yeah.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
As long as you just follow all the other rules, don't go over the line and shit.
And don't bowl when don't use anybody's rag for a house ball.
Oh yeah, and then the etiquette parts of it. Yeah.
Well,
I'll remember that the next time. Well, I think this is.
yeah, we're gonna sign out.
We're gonna sign out, but we want to thank Nana for stopping by. Nana Rodriguez.
Thank you guys so
Again.
much.
What's the plug? Where can we
I
find
am
you
funny, huh?
Yes, you can find me on IG at I am funny ha. That's IAMFUNNYHA. I had to think about that. Damn, I am funny ha. Fuck. All right,
And no,
yeah.
no YouTube and no TikTok, right? Just all Instagram. That's
All
where we can find you.
Instagram, yeah. TikTok
Okay.
will probably be coming once I learn how to fucking edit. And if you know how to edit, holla at me, cause
Editing's a bitch.
yeah, it is.
From what I hear,
It is.
I don't fuck with it.
I don't fuck with it either, so that's why I'm behind. But other than that, yeah, come check me out. Check out my shows coming up this week. If, like I said, if you follow my Instagram, you'll see all my shows on there. And thanks a lot, guys. I had a lot of fun on
Thank
the
you.
show.
Thank you for coming
yeah.
down.
No, it was fun. I hope, hopefully, I make
Gotta
it out
run it
alive
back.
here. But
Gotta run it back. You gotta come back.
for sure, I'd be down to do that for sure.
Remember to hit that like and subscribe button. Check out our past episodes. You got anything to say, Unicorn?
No, thank you.
How about you, Hans?
I'm good.
I'm good. We good. Woobs out. Thank you. Keep warm, guys.